we're going to be starting up a new series on my channel. So we just finished Metal Gear Solid 5, and it's going to be The Legend of Dragoon. You're just about to see that in a moment here. But Legend of Dragoon, man, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I'd easily say it's in my top 5. It's probably my fifth favorite game ever. And I'm actually going to wager that you've probably never heard of this one because there's a good reason for that. So this game came out back in 2000. It's one of those classic JRPG games that came out at the cusp of the PlayStation 1's life cycle. It was one of the final games to come out on the system. And it was vastly overshadowed for that reason by the games that came out shortly before it, like Final Fantasy 7 and 9, and of course 7 is my favorite game ever. It's my #1 spot. So that's kind of a testament to why this one was kind of blown out of the water and overshadowed, just because of how, genre defining and how much of a landmark title those Final Fantasy games were that came out in the late 90s by Square Enix. Pretty much anything that followed in their footsteps in the years following were overshadowed by them, right? So that includes this game, which, even though it was, I have to say that it amassed a huge cult following, right? And over the years, people have been demanding that this game get remade, get a sequel, and there was going to be a sequel at some point that got canceled. And then just recently, back in August, everyone thought that they were going to do a remake of this one when rumors were circulating about Blue Point Games' remake, which ended up being Demon Souls, right, for the PS5. But man, this game is this is special right here. This is a phenomenal game. The music, just turn up the music right here. The characters, the story, even the combat, even though it was, simplified and streamlined in a lot of ways, and the RPG mechanics were watered down a little bit from more traditional games like the Final Fantasy series by Square Enix, it's still actually really fun. And this is some of the most original turn-based combat I've ever seen in an RPG. And you're just about to see that. Like, I'm going to show you a lot of what this game has to offer, like, and what makes it so appealing. Like, there's a system called additions in the combat, like, that are like the limit breaks from Final Fantasy 7, that use quick time events, but some of the best quick time events ever, even though they get a bad rap nowadays. And this game was just so special, and there's a really good reason it had a cult following. So I'm really excited to go back into this. So we're going to be streaming it using EPSXC, which is a PlayStation 1 emulator. And let me tell you, that thing took me way longer than it needed to get set up because I just had so many problems getting the screen to show up properly, artifacting and graphical issues to not happen. My controller wasn't working with it properly either, but finally, I think we've gotten most of those issues ironed out, so I'm excited to go into this. But yeah, let's knock on wood. Let's not jinx it. I don't want anything to go wrong here, but I will put out a disclaimer saying that, do be prepared for shit to go south if it needs to, because I had way too much trouble setting this up. Which is ironic if you think about it, because I don't know if you guys remember, but we also streamed Crisis Core, which was a PSP game, and that thing, the emulator required to run a handheld game, a handheld system, the PSP, was miles easier. It was like butter setting it up compared to this thing. So yeah. This is for a landmark console that came out in the 90s. I don't know how this could be so difficult, but EPSXC, which is what I'm using to run this, was just did not want to cooperate, man. I just did not want to cooperate. But yeah, I have really fond memories playing this game while growing up. One of the very first games I ever played. The PlayStation 1 was my first console, so it was up there with games like Final Fantasy 7 and whatnot that I was playing at the time. And here's a funny story. I've probably told this a couple times before, but it's hilarious. When I was growing up, my brother and I either broke or lost our memory cards for the PlayStation 1, because back then you had to store everything on memory cards, right? That you inserted into the console. So every time I played this game, I couldn't save my progress, and it just became a game of seeing how far I could get before perma-dying in game and having to start all over again. And I remember exactly where I was able to get to in this game. which is, even though it's super early on, like the first tenth of disc 1, because this game has 4 discs, it's actually really impressive in retrospect that as a 5-year-old or whatever, I was able to get that far. So I'm not going to spoil where that was, but we're going to get to it, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I did play this game again when I was, I think, 13 or 12 or 13, like 7 or 8 years ago, on an emulator back on my MacBook Pro years ago. And I did make it like halfway through disc 4. So I made it very close to the ending, but I never finished the game. So this is a game, yeah, I should say this right here, right now. I've never actually finished the game, but I've gotten very close. So this should be really exciting to do and finish on stream. So I'm really looking forward to this one, you guys. It's going to be very, very different. If anyone here tunes in from my previous series, which was Metal Gear Solid 5, it's going to be a very, very different game. Like, not at all the same, completely different solar systems, universes, dimensions, even. So be prepared for that. That's kind of the shebang of my channel, right? We're just going to be playing a lot of story-driven games that I really like and that really appeal to me, and I want to have fun with, right? So they're not necessarily ever connected. They're just games that tell really good stories that are meant to be played by a single player. That's kind of the gist of my channel. So we're going to jump into this. I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy. And as usual, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So let's do this. Let's crank up the volume. Listen to that beautiful soundtrack I was telling you guys about. Let's start it up. Hell yeah, new game. I will say that I played it a little bit, just to the first save point, because I wanted to obviously test things out with this, because it was just a nightmare to get this to finally work, but okay. Be quiet now, we'll watch the cutscene.
Great Commander, this way.
God, the music is so good in this game. The score is beautiful.
Indeed. Put her in custody. Is this really necessary?
It is His Majesty, Emperor Indole's command to take that girl into custody.
Who is she?
That is not your concern.
Just this intro cutscene alone just speaks, volumes about the game, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but back in the day in the early 2000s, video game cutscenes, especially for games like on the PS1, weren't really the best in terms of, voice acting and performances and whatnot, but in terms of story content, they were always great, but they kind of felt cheesy a lot of the time. But this game really challenges a lot of those conventions, and I love it. This is basically one of the most memorable video game openings to me. up there in the pantheon of memorable video game openings because, and this is the funny reason, I've played this so many times, right? Because I had a memory card that was broken back then or missing or something like that. So I'd have to keep restarting this segment of the game when I was really young. Good times, man. Good memories with this. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just gonna pull down the blinds in my room just because I'm getting a lot of sunlight here that's reflecting onto the screen, causing it to be really bright. Just give me 1 moment. Be right back. Alright, let's do this. Serdian War. I remember when I was really young, I used to think that I'd made it so far into the game where I stopped because of my broken memory card. And thinking that was like close to the end of the game, and having actually played this and getting close to the end of the game much later in my life, so this was like about 6 or 7 years ago when I properly played it. Boy, was I wrong as a young child. I didn't even get past like the first 5% of the game. It's like, imagine you're playing Final Fantasy VII and you're in the Midgar section and you don't even get out of the bombing mission with Barret. That's how far that I would basically make it in this game in the grand scheme of things during my first couple of playthroughs. Oh yeah, I also have to start reading. So you guys are going to be hearing a lot of my beautiful voice during this series, so be prepared for that. Playing one of those old school RPGs. Alright, let's go. I hope it's just a rumor. So at first this guy seems like a dollar store version of Cloud, who was basically the most popular RPG protagonist at the time. He seems like an off-brand Cloud, right? But he's surprisingly compelling. Like, the story and the characters in this game are actually rather beautiful and memorable. Who are you? Are you a mercenary of Basil? Answer. What are you doing? Are you drawing a sword against us? What is it? What the heck is this? Gotta do something or I'll be killed. I love the music in this game so much, man. What a monster. It's coming! Ah! Sustained an injury. Who are you? Shh. If you don't want to die. Yeah, the writing and the dialogue boxes can be kind of iffy at times, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. Thank you for saving me. What the heck was that? It's a dragon. A dragon? But it's strange. That village could have easily been destroyed without a dragon. The village. You talking about Sellies? Then those soldiers were... There won't be anything left by now. Sellies is my village. Quick, I must go protect the people. Oh my god! That man must be... No, there's no way. If I had a penny for every time I've seen this opening in my lifetime, because if all the times I had to restart this game without a memory card as a child, and I'd be richer than the richest man on planet Earth. The richest alien overlord watching over us. Where is everybody? Alright, baby, let's do this. Legend of Dragoon. Oh crap, I didn't save my analog settings. Hold up. So I'm using a button input manager here, but I forgot to save my movement settings on the analog sticks. It's fine. I'll fix that up during my break time. For now, though, I'll just use the D-pad. Didn't get enough killing? Hey, hey, hey. Maybe enough if I kill you. I love how this game gets right into the action. It's just like FF7. Stop! So yeah, I do think I mentioned this before, but this was actually made by Sony Computer Entertainment America, so Sony themselves made the game in-house. It was one of those few rare RPGs at the time that were made without Square Enix. There were a lot of Final Fantasy VII likes back then, and this is one of the best. Oh, a mercenary, isn't it a little late for you to show up? Shut up! What are you doing here? Can't you see? We're gonna occupy this area. These worms were in our way. Occupy? Were you sent by the Imperial Army? Even if we were, it's none of your business. You're gonna die soon, boy. Alright, here we go. One of the best parts of the game, the combat. This is some of the most engaging turn-based combat ever. With the best QTEs I've seen in any video game. Never again did they ever do something like this in, as far as I know, any game I've seen. So that right there is called an addition, so you can attack. So it's a classic turn-based combat game, and you can notice that a lot of the elements of, you know, turn-based combat of RPGs from back then that were extremely layered have been simplified a little bit. So this isn't any Final Fantasy VII, right? You don't have a crazy diverse amount of magic, you know, items or, you know, stat potential or anything like that, but the combat itself is really fun because of stuff like this. So you actually get to engage and attack yourself. And if you miss the button prompt, you don't pull off the combo, and over the course of the game, you unlock more and more combos. So this is essentially like the limit break system right here of the game. And they're called additions. The more of them you pull off successfully, the more of them you unlock. It's awesome. Like, think about the reason people don't like QTEs, right? It's, you know, it's not because, you know, QTEs suck, you don't want to press buttons, right? It's because they're not engaging. Like, if QTEs were more engaging, then I'm sure more people would like them, but if they're just like, normally these days they're not even used anymore, but like if they are, they're not executed that well because they're mainly used in cutscenes, right? And you don't really want to be like interrupted by them. It's kind of annoying. They're more of an inconvenience than anything, and they're not engaging. But when they're used in gameplay like this, that's when they're at their best, right? This is like a genius use of something that's otherwise super controversial, like a gameplay mechanic that a lot of people otherwise don't really like. Are you really Dart? Yes, it's me. Why is Sellies under attack? War. Imperial Sandora attacked us. What about the truce? Yeah, suddenly I didn't imagine they could come to such an outlying area. Only I had come back sooner. There is something you have to do. Shauna. Rescue Shauna. Only you can... Wait, what? Wait! Alright, time to look around. Open the chest. Classic, JRPG chest. Burnout! So that's another item, like the addition system that uses QTEs. So a lot of your items and magic abilities themselves require button presses to use properly, so you're gonna see here when I use this burnout attack, I'm gonna be mashing X a lot to deal more damage with it. This game is hella fun. So we're gonna save this. Like I said, I have a save slot already. This is as far as I made it though. It was hellish getting this game to work, let me tell you. With EPSXC, I had so many problems that I ran into. So yeah, let's hope for the best here. I'm also using a shader, so this game looks a lot better than it normally would if you were emulating it under normal circumstances. And I have to say, it looks kind of crisp for a PS1 game. Is that you, Dart? This way. It's just a light wound. I guess I was lucky. But look at this village. If only you came back earlier. It's about Shauna too. What's wrong with Shauna? She was taken away. It seems Shauna was their primary purpose. Do you know where they went? I don't know. I'm gonna make him talk. Hell yeah, Dart. Besting a private is no reason to be confident. Where'd you take Shauna? Shauna. Don't worry about her. She must be receiving the courtesies of Helena Prison by now. Helena? Surprised, huh? You specifically invited only that woman. You must be kidding! You attacked the village only to kidnap Shauna? Exactly. But don't worry. I will let you follow them. Although not to Helena. To hell! Oh god, the cheese, man. That was like a dad joke right there. Oh, I love this theme so much. The combat themes are so sick. Alright, let's dance, asshole.
Yes. Double flash. Yes. Double flash.
Oh no, he's transforming. I love how they incorporated voice lines into the turn-based combat too. Heal up. Alright, let me show you guys Burnout. Some of the voice acting is less than stellar, but it's it adds to the charm of this game, right? Definitely adds to the nostalgia and the charm of it. This game has a lot of soul, is what I like. Alright, let's do this. Try this out, Commander. So the more I mash... Watch, the more I mash X, the faster I mash it, the more damage I do. Not a whole lot of damage. It's one of the most memorable fights for me. Mainly because of that one reason where I had to keep doing it over and over again because of a broken memory card. But I'm not complaining. There we go. I remember as a child, I had so much trouble pulling off the additions, like I could never nail the timing. And to be fair, they actually do get really, really difficult. So like even now when we unlock the later editions that require some crazy timing to pull off insane combos, they are, let me tell you, they are not easy to time properly. Nice, we got Volcano. Edition number 2. I actually have another funny story. So when I was really young, I didn't really know how to read very well. I was still learning. So because of that, I was really bad at RPGs because 98% of RPGs require you to interact with the interface and read what's going on because like there's so much text everywhere. Especially the old school ones like these. So I didn't really know how to, in turn, properly interact with the game's interface. So for the longest time, I was having so much trouble in the beginning because I'd unlocked additions, but I didn't realize it because I couldn't read properly, and I didn't then in turn know how to equip those additions. It's like the funniest thing. So I was using double slash for like a big like portion of like the early half of this game. Dart, you are going to rescue Shauna, aren't you? I won't stop you, but be careful. Your journey's not over yet, is it? No. You can count on us about Celis. There should be enough people who can still move. Thank you. When I settle everything, I'll be back. With Shauna. Alright. Check out what's in here. This is revenge for everyone. Revenge! Stop it, it's me. Is it Dart? Both of you have grown up. Dart, Sandora! Sandora got everybody! I got him. Everything's okay now. Everybody's dead. Not everyone. What? Not everyone was killed, so you have to help the people in the village. I will rescue Shauna. Indeed, do what you can. I'll get medical herbs. Me too. Alright. Takes care of that. Focus on Shauna and yourself. See if there are any old school RPG secrets if we go into every nook and cranny here. The pre-rendered backgrounds. That's part of the charm of the old school RPGs, isn't it? Like you can find these little nooks and crannies that you can get into, and then if you press X on them, you can find some secrets. So in this game, those secrets are called Stardust. They're a special item that you can find hidden across the world. I don't remember exactly what they do, but I do remember them well, and that's mainly because they're one of the only things you can do on this side of the game. So one of the things that isn't super great about this game is it has limited exploration and side activities, unlike Final Fantasy where the world is just sprawling with things to do, right? And you're about to see that very soon, but still, it's more of a linear experience, but it's a hell of a good one still. If I do remember correctly, there's some Stardust back here at these graves. Oh yeah, there we go. My little kid brain remembered that. I'm praying for them. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh man, playing with the analog sticks, or sorry, the D-pad for running around and holding circle to sprint is putting a dent in my thumb here. I have to set up the analog controls soon. Oh, you know what? Let me go do a quick save, real quick. I'm actually gonna set those up right now. The reason I'm just gonna save is because this is EPSXC, and you never know when it's gonna shoot you in the face and get messed up. So, while we do this, I'm gonna go ahead and set up my analog controls. Alright, good stuff. open this up. Go to Task Manager. Where is this at? Anti-micro. So I have to use this like program separately that maps the keys on my keyboard to a controller, because unfortunately like APS-XC was not detecting my input for some reason. So I have to do this manually through a different app or software. W, A, S, D for the analogs. We should be good to go. There we go. Easy. Oh, that feels so much better running around with the analog sticks. So, fun fact for those of you who don't know, when the PS1 originally came out in, I think, 94 it was, the original controllers didn't have analog sticks. There was only the D-pad. So, with games like Final Fantasy VII, you had to run around with the D-pad only. And in this game you can do the same, and if you wanted to sprint, you'd have the whole circle. Whereas, if you're one of those lucky ones to get, the analog-based controllers that are now obviously the norm, later on when they released separately, you could just use those to like do everything. Master Tasman, so this is like a tutorial mission right here. You are Dart. You are safe. I taught you how to use the sword. I won't be killed so easily. But we were outnumbered. We couldn't stop him. You already heard about Shauna? I'm heading to Helena. Then have a match with me before you go. I want to see if you have the ability to rescue Shauna. Master, don't be silly. Should we do the tutorial? Like the game is straightforward enough. Alright, let's just do it. This game is not at all overwhelming or anything like that, where if you like don't play it in like a decade, you're not going to forget everything. But let's just be safe here. It'd be kind of cool to see if there are things that I've forgotten. Remind you about the ABCs of sword fighting I taught you. Counterattacking. I know there was counterattacking in this game. At least I don't remember about it. Enemies don't wait around to be attacked. Sometimes they fight back. During the attack, they might show hints of a counterattack. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a part of the addition system. You have to press circle sometimes. That's what he's talking about. I always messed this up as a child because I thought the button prompt was saying square instead of circle, so I'd keep pressing square and fuck up the addition. There's gonna be a volcano, probably. Ah. Ah. Volcano! There we go. Some of the early editions are just so memorable. Do them in my sleep. That's enough, Master. What are addition skills? Oh, just the addition system, right. Okay, yes I know. From the future, Master Talisman, or whatever this guy's name is. Master Tasman. I see you. I'm doing good, Master Tasman. I'm fine now. Obtaining additions about defense. I'm good, man. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Gonna go on a journey soon. If you think you need to practice more, ask me now. Yes, sir. Yeah, in terms of old school PS1 RPGs, this was basically the epitome, like the peak of old school JRPG graphics. Like, this is one of the final few games that were done in this, you know, pseudo 3D style before there was like full-on 3D environments and whatnot that you see in PS2 RPGs like Final Fantasy X. This was like the last of that era of games like Final Fantasy VII that were coming out of the 90s. So in a way it's kind of like playing, this was kind of like the Ghost of Tsushima, even though it was not even that popular, if like the PS1. It's like one of the final few games to come out on the console. Who the heck is the girl? You can tell me. The world's future rests on her. That's it. This is enough information for you. Those of you who do not grasp the value should just do what the order says. I am not taking your orders. Only His Majesty Dole can order me. Anyway, you must remember this. If you make a scratch on her, it'll cost more than your head. This is a message from Emperor Dole. I always found this guy's name funny because it's ironic. Frugal? That guy doesn't seem frugal at all. Okay, so this is like the world map of the game, and yeah, this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about how exploration is kind of limited in Legend of Dragoon. So this is one of the weaker points of the game, especially if you're coming hot off the heels of like Final Fantasy 7 or 9 or 8. Is that you don't have this like full-on world map to explore every single nook and cranny of, move wherever you want. You kind of have this like single file like path to follow. So it's like very, very linear. It's not a bad thing, it's like, it is what it is, right? It's more of a linear game than an open world game. Like this game tries to force you to go on one path at times. Oh yeah, sure, I gotta equip Volcano. Let's not regress back to my 5-year-old state where I couldn't read and didn't know I could equip Volcano. So I do that shit right now. Right after that epic camera pan. Let's also save. Is that something you can do in old school JRPGs? Is save on the world map, never forget. A lot of like unspoken rules about RPGs. They came out back in the 90s, early 2000s, one of them being able to save on the world map. Ah, the forest. The soundtrack here is so peaceful, I remember. Good memories with this game, man. It's like my childhood right before me. Oh, whoopsies. Alright, let's do this. Ba-dum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Oh yeah, there's a merchant here. I lost a squirrel, oh well. In these troubled times, you have to protect yourself. What do you think, wanna buy something? Alright, let's buy something. Quintessential RPG item dealer. Damn, I actually have 10 of each. That's a lot for like an RPG when you start out with 10 of like important items. Reduces risk of encounter. Remember those. Remember in my game design class, I was writing I remember writing about this game not too long ago in my game design program at college. To write about like a mechanic that's like underused in a lot of games that like would be interesting to see again. And I remember writing about this game and talking about charm potions, saying that like you can manipulate the risk, like the encounter risk for random encounters. Don't you want to know how to use the items? I can teach you that. No thank you. No thanks. See, come again. Yeah. Charm potions seem very, very counterintuitive because and in any old school RPG, you don't want to reduce the chance of encounters like whatsoever, because encounters mean experience and experience and currency means beating the game, essentially. Only people who don't want to beat the game and fling their controller at a wall would reduce these. So let's go, we got Volcano.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Try to counterattack. Scrub.
Volcano.
Hell yeah. So another thing we gotta remember is that you can actually master addition, so we haven't actually mastered double slash yet because we switched over to Volcano. The more of them you master, the more of them you unlock. Let's actually pop a potion here, because I think we're kind of low. Yeah, we're actually very low. 30 HP recovered. And the main menu music is so nostalgic. Open that up. Nice, we got a charm potion. Oh yeah, can turn on the markers too, there we go. Makes things so much easier. Yet another unspoken rule of old school RPGs, always give the player an option to turn on markers on the hand-painted background so they can actually see everything.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
I love how early on in the game some of these attacks look so devastating but only deal like 2 or 3 damage. Including my own, like this insane combo right here only dealt 3 damage. Like the funniest thing ever. Hey, we leveled up. That's weird. I could have sworn there was supposed to be a flashback that he has of going through this forest with Shauna in the previous level that we were in. We didn't get it. Okay, this is really cool too. So, your marker turns red over time, and if it's red, that means you're very close to a random encounter, and you can reset it to blue if you use the charm potion. It's a really cool mechanic. I get all these chests. I'll take a sip of my coffee here before it melts. Gotta love Tim Hortons ice caps. Kill the scrub first.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Volcano!
Yes. Go.
XP grinder! Grind XP! Finish this Trent off.
Go.
I think the most admirable thing about the addition system is the fact that it makes grinding fun. Because a big problem that a lot of old school JRPGs had, like Final Fantasy, even though like godly ones like Final Fantasy VII, is that it could get it could get boring fast when it came to grinding, like getting into random encounters just for the XP and do limit breaks and stuff like that. Because it doesn't feel engaging after a while. You just keep spamming X to like attack and cast. Whereas here, like every time you attack, it's just so fun to like pull off the additions. It could potentially be like productive too, because later on you'll have harder additions to pull off, so in these random encounters, you'll get better and better at pulling them off. Oh, this is where the cutscene happens. I have no time to deal with you. This way. Run down the log. Leave Shauna alone. Leave Shauna alone. Hang in there, I'll get you out from there. I'm a-comin', Shauna. It's like the off-brand version of Cloud and Tifa. That's a new enemy. The Goblin.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Never gets old, man. Additions are so fun.
Yes.
So satisfying getting the timing right.
Go. Volcano.
You know what I just realized? Like, now that I'm actually able to, like, so far emulate games, like, relatively hassle-free, I haven't had any problems yet, knock on wood. I can actually stream, like, the Metal Gear Solid games at some point. Continue that series as well. Play some of the Metal Gear games I never played before. Since they're on PS1, we can emulate some of those. That would be kind of fun. South of Serdio. Alright. Let's save. Never forget to save. Saving is as vital in RPGs from back then as drinking water every now and then. Well, the nice thing about emulators is that I could always just create a save state. Like, for example, I could just hit save right now in my emulator and it would save this specific frame right here, so I could close the game and then open it up and I'll start from back here instead of the save point. Instead of having to load the save point through the game, I could resume this state right here, right now. But the problem is I've been having trouble with that feature with the PSXC. It's not as easy as with PPSX, which is the PSP emulator we were using for Crisis Core. That thing was just like butter, man. It was like so easy to use, so user-friendly. The save states were awesome. But with this, I've had disasters, so I'm not going to rely on it too much. But I think a nice rule of thumb is that when we're about to end the streams for this series, I can just create a save state on top of the hard save that I make in-game in case anything goes wrong with that. So I have 2 backups of the saves. Because emulation is scary, man. Shit can go wrong real fast.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Yeah, so I think this game is really missing when it comes to being like layered. Like Final Fantasy games is that one really fun ability to have where like you can equip materia on your character that allows you to absorb the enemy attack and learn it for yourself to use it on enemies. So there's nothing like that in this game, which you kind of wish there was at times because of some of the really cool looking attacks the enemies pull off. Like you don't have like an enemy skill ability. But yeah, I do appreciate what this game has nonetheless. The reason it's still so good, despite not being maybe as nearly as layered as some of the Square Enix RPGs of the time, is the fact that it's because it's just not overwhelming, right? It has like the right amount of content, and the content it has, despite not being plentiful, is still so fun to engage with. It's definitely like the quality over quantity approach. And like I've always been a sucker for those kind of games from like a gameplay standpoint. Because yeah, let me tell you, right? Like Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, but am I a huge fan of its turn-based combat and the actual gameplay? Not as much as the story, right? The story and the characters and the world are what make that game my favorite thing ever of all time. Of all millennia. But that's just subjective, right? Like I always love games more for the story and the characters and the narrative than the gameplay. But the reason this game is in my top 5 is because in addition to like the story and the characters and the, you know, world, which aren't nearly as crazy or relatable or memorable and whatnot as Final Fantasy VII, the gameplay is still so fun, and that's like the missing piece of the puzzle when it comes to FF7 for me. I see. Good meat and fish. Sir Frugal will be happy. But a lot recently. Is there something going on? About the business of a merchant like you. Okay, okay. Sorry. I'll inspect the load. Alright, this is a really awesome part of the game. So there's like a stealth segment right here. See what I mean? Like, this game keeps you engaged at all times, man. It's so good. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. It's like some Metal Gear Solid shit. Like, Metal Gear meets Final Fantasy. You stealth your way into the prison by, following, yet again, QTEs. And again, the QTEs are used so well in this game. They're fucking engaging. This is how QTEs are meant to be done. It's so awesome, dude. And on top of that, you have like a great score, like great fucking music. Hell yeah, man. I made it. This guy. Oh, I thought there was a guy back there. Oh yeah, and this, the indicator here is just gonna remain red the whole time, like... The mechanics are telegraphed so well to the player, so obviously now the player knows I'm in a dangerous place the whole time. I can get detected and get into a fight even though there are no random encounters. That's why this thing is red. Look, seen that before. Oh yeah, we can actually buy stuff from this dude. Oh, maybe not. Oh, actually no, this is supposed to happen. So if you want to buy stuff from this merchant, you have to fight a guy first. And then you spare his life and he sells things to you. MGS5 flashbacks intensify. Like, a part of me was like, shit, I have to restart the checkpoint because I got detected. Just restart the mission for that S rank. And I realized we're not playing that anymore. Volcano. I can't wait to unlock the rest of the characters in the party. So like everyone is like a different class. They have their own additions. Eventually you become a Dragoon, like the title of the game implies, and you get more additions as a crazy fucking dragon. Oh my god, this game is amazing. Rant about it for hours. They've got to do like a sequel or a remake or something, man. It's like criminal that they're not. Like, I remember being so, like, heartbroken when I found out that, like, Bluepoint wasn't working on the Legend of Dragoon remake that everyone thought they were for the PS5. Like, everyone thought this was going to make a huge comeback. But then they revealed that it was Demon's Souls, which is not bad, right? Like, I fucking love, like, the Souls-like games and Miyazaki and From Software, but... Man, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit disappointed it wasn't this. Help me, I'm just a delivery man. Be quiet, I'm not gonna kill you. Okay, I won't make any noise. I will be unloading until you finish your business. If you're short on items, just tell me. I sold those too. Yes, I am short on items. Though to be honest, I actually just want to know what you have. That's cool. Angel's prayer. Oh shit, I just realized what's on the right is actually how many of the item he has, not how many I have. That's my bad. So yeah, let's get like 5. How much does this cost? Does it not tell you the price of the item? That's kind of shitty. 6, 7. 8, 10. Oh, so revital. Okay, so this is like a Phoenix down. Right. Yeah, we definitely need some of these. Yeah, it sucks it doesn't tell you how much this shit... Oh, okay, maybe it does. Oh, okay, guys, I'm really dumb. You have to bear with me here. I'm really stupid. So the price is actually what that 10-30-10 thing is. I was so confused. It's not the amount of stock he has. It's not his amount of stock. Gotcha. This is coming back to me, guys. It's coming back. Not enough money. Yeah, there we go. Alright, hell yeah. Let's do this. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Hey, nice, we got a burnout. Let's get all these items. Part of the fun of old school JRPGs is exploring the areas to find items. So yeah, maybe I should rephrase what I said earlier. Okay, so the exploration isn't limited overall in the game, it's only limited in the open world, when you go out onto the open world map. Like, it's not openly traversable like a Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy IX or anything like that. And by the way, I keep bringing up those two games specifically because those are the ones I've played, plus Tactics, but Tactics is a whole different beast. So yeah, but it's not like those games where it's open world and you can explore the entire world before you go in any direction you want on the map. But when it comes to like these levels, like the level design is so good, like of the specific areas. And that's when like you get into the meat of the exploration. Look at this. This is so awesome. It's like Metal Gear meets Final Fantasy. That's exactly what it is. Just sneaking past these guys. Has to be a way to move him. I could just fight everyone and like grind the XP, but it's more fun this way. It's more engaging. Oh, easy. Just have to wait for him to turn. Alright, let's not go up there. See what's down here first. Oh yeah, true. Pre-rendered background sorcery. Looks like we could have gone down there, but we can't. It's crazy how much your perspective, it's kind of a random thought, right? But it's crazy how much your perspective changes as you get older. Like, I remember as a 5-year-old playing this game, because I was like really, really young when I played this game. I remember thinking this was like one of the like craziest, like coolest things I'd ever seen, and I thought this was like the end game area, like the final area of the game. And it's like we haven't even started the game yet, right? Like, you just see things monumentally when you're, like, younger, when you're a child, but then when you grow older, like, your perspective and how much you see things monumentally begins to kind of, like, narrow itself down a lot. And, like, sense of wonder and imagination kind of goes away. Let's just fight this asshole. Free, easy money and XP. Pick the wrong guy to mess with. Oh, you should have brought backup, baby.
Yes.
Make quick work of you.
Go. Volcano.
Taste the fury. Ow. Oh shit, am I almost dead? That's not good. Oh, come on. It's like the most damage an enemy has done to me so far.
Yes.
Oh shit, I actually fucked that up. It's cool, we killed him though. Dun, 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 dun. I'm having so much fun. Blast from the past. So fun being back, man. And the great thing is that I like, let me pause this here to say this. I treat streaming like a commitment. So now that we've started this game, I'm pretty much guaranteed to like finish it on stream. You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't streaming, I probably wouldn't even be playing this game right now. But now that I'm streaming, I know that, you know, one, I'm playing the game, and two, I'm probably gonna finish it because I like finishing games that I start when broadcasting the games to people. And it's gonna be really exciting. So finally, after years, my lifelong quest of completing The Legend of Dragoon is gonna come true, you guys. It's gonna be awesome. You told me when I was 13 years old, when I played this game properly, and made it to halfway through Disc 4, that I'd be finishing this game years later on Twitch and streaming it to people. I'd have called you crazy. I wouldn't have believed you. It's like the furthest thing from my mind. I don't like being, like, doing things in front of other people. I get a lot of anxiety, so I would have called you crazy. I said you're lying to me. Probably had me confused with someone else, you time traveler. But no, here I am. It's fucking awesome. Move quicker. This is where you unlock Lavits. Yeah, sorry you guys, I'm gonna be like shouting out spoilers for like immediate spoilers, don't worry, like not long-term ones while playing this game just because of my hype. Really believe you can live comfortably in the jail cell? The head warden Frugal will feed you to the monster. Oops. Feed us to the monster. I won't let you humiliate us anymore. It's the worst kind of POW, but the best kind of feed. Wanna kill me? Kill me now. I won't let him. There he is. Best character in the game, Lavits. Sir Lavits. You bastard, you broke out of your jail? Think you can escape from here alone? I'll take care of this. Survive and go back to Indole's castle alive. Tell King Albert. I won't let you. It's one of the coolest scenes in the game. Took care of those guys. Dude, they gotta remake this. Imagine how cool this section would look in a remake. Is this Civil War? You, who are you? Are you a dog of Basil too? Uses addition over there. Harpoon! Who are you? I'm Dart. I am not your enemy. I'm Lavitz Slambert. I'm the head of the first knighthood of the kingdom of Basil. What? His last name's Slambert? I thought it was Lambert. What the fuck? Is that like the Mandela effect right there? Alright, let's do this. Such a sick, like, intro to your second character in the party. This game is so awesome. Alright. Let's dance, assholes. It's my favorite line of Clouds from the remake.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Alright, so now we've got ourselves the off-brand duo of Cloud and Barrett from the opening of FF7 right here. Hell yeah. Lavitz's voice actor was probably the best in this game. Lavitz has the best voice, easily. Because this game really suffers from that early 2000s,
Yes.
not the best English voice actor syndrome, like the early Resident Evil games did as well. But the voice actor for this dude does a really good job with the additions.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to unlock his. My favorite addition for him is Gust of Wind Dance. Unlock it later on. There are a lot of funny localization issues you're going to notice as well, too, later on. Like, the addition name will be one thing, but then the American voice actor will actually voice a completely different name when he actually pulls off the addition. It's like one of those early 2000s, late 90s mistranslations in RPGs from Japan over to the West. Kind of like with Final Fantasy VII, like when they released that game in the West, Aerith's name was Eris because of a localization issue, whereas because I believe that in Japan they couldn't pronounce the th sound, so everyone I think in the Americas and the Western world thought that the name was originally supposed to be Eris, but it's actually Aerith. That's like one of the funniest stories about localization and mistranslation in video games from history. I even clipped a really funny moment from our original FF7 playthrough where whenever you start off with, whenever you meet Aerith for the first time in FF7, her name is Eris, right? Because of the issue with the mistranslation, and you have to change it to Aeritha, like the TH version, to fix the name. And I accidentally named her Aerie, and my immersion was so broken I had to restart the save like a while ago. That was funny. You said Dart. I cannot imagine there's somebody who intentionally comes to Helena. What are you up to? Here to rescue someone important to me. Do you know anything about her? Her name is Shauna. I'm sorry, but I'll look elsewhere. Wait. I shall accompany you. In the name of King Albert. Thought you had to go back to the castle as soon as possible. She's important, this girl you're looking for? It's my problem. It was my fault. Don't know what brought you here, but Helena is not that easy to go through alone. It's one of my favorite themes from the game. I think it's called Uneasy State. That goes for me too. I've always thought this was Lavitz's theme, because it's what you hear as soon as you meet him, right, in this cutscene. But I can break you out from here, together with you. Of course, with the girl. How come you trust me? We've only just met. The raid you made was quite impressive. I trusted you to guard my back. That's the way, I think. Alright, let's go together, Lavitz. Lavitz has joined the party. Hell yeah. Best character in the game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Poor thing indeed. Horrible hospitality from Helena Prison. Oh god. Quick, Lavitz. Let's make Sanic fast work of this guy. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Volcano! Ow. Fuck you. What are those things anyways? They look like they're holding mops and just like bopping you on the head with them.
Yes.
Too bad they didn't bring swords. Oh shit, I fucked up the addition. I'm about to carve you like cake. Yeah, so Lavitz is literally a Dragoon. Like, Dragoons in this game are like human dragon people infused with crazy magic, right? Not like the Lancers you're thinking of from Final Fantasy, but Lavitz is like an actual legit, literal, classic Dragoon. Like, not the magical dragon, magical fire thing creatures from this game. He's an actual spearman Dragoon, which is funny if you think about it. Because this game kind of redefines Dragoons, like with its own definition that you're about to see in the story. It's kind of cool if you think about it, because usually in Final Fantasy games you unlock the Lancer / Dragoon class much later on. But in this game, like, literally the first character who gets added to your party is a Lancer. Yeah, Dart is literally Cloud with a bandana. My goodness, there's so many different rooms and stuff. I just didn't want to fight. Why did I have to be sent to this hell? The wardens were saying that girls confined in the second prison tower. Why were they making so much noise about just one girl? Let's open this. Nice. Yeah, so there isn't an overwhelming degree of like item like spamming and loot spamming on players. Like, there isn't a crazy variety in terms of items and stuff like that. There's like a limited selection of them, but they're all very good and like memorable abilities and items to unlock, which is what I like. It's, like I said before, definitely the quality over quantity approach. Okay, so it looks like we made a big loop over here. So we're gonna have to... go through there. I'm just looking around as usual. Who is it? It is I, Dart. I am the light bulb in the darkness. The Alpha and the Omega. I am Sun Cloud.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Bum, 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 bum. All right. Good stuff. Let's open up the menu. I want to check out my addition progress. Even the menu is super easy to navigate. Like, the user interface is nice and clean. This game is basically a simplified version of Final Fantasy in every way. Like, in some ways that's a good thing, in some ways that's a bad thing, but for sure the pros outweigh the cons. The good ways are definitely more noticeable than the bad ways, and there are way more of them too. The ratio is positive. Good things to bad things. That's what makes a great video game. Alright, so we gotta go here. Alright. Good to know. Take a look at How do we morph over to Laffit's to take a look at his additions? Did we change the... Oh, there we go. 6 out of 20. I think the second one he unlocks... I'm trying to remember what it's called. Spinning Cane, that's what it's called. It's gonna be awesome when we have that unlocked. One of my favorite additions. Like, his additions get pretty fucking crazy, like, later on and, like, harder to pull off. Especially, I think, the last one. Alright. Okay, so that's clearly where they're keeping Shauna. Remember correctly, in the story, we come back here later on. This room is extra tightly guarded. Huh? Benny? What is this? What about this key? Take it with us. We'll need it if the girl called Shauna is under confinement. Why only that girl? I intend to ask that directly to the head warden. But that's after we rescue Shauna. Gotta love Dart's one-liners. Dart doesn't mess around. If you think about it in a way, he's kind of like a wannabe version of Cloud. Like, he just wants to be badass like Cloud for the sake of it. But no, that's what you kind of think at the beginning of the game, but as you play, like, you notice there's so much more to these characters, and it's not just like a discount version of Final Fantasy VII. It's more than that. It's its own thing. Alright. Hey, don't give up. If you throw our hope away, you're just fools. About 20 bucks. Everything's over. There's no way I can get out of here alive. You're right about that. Uh-oh. You're from Basil. Lavitz. Get him before they make a noise. Hell yeah. So badass. Harpoon! Alright. Let's make quick work of this guy.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Harpoon! Never gets old, like,
Yes.
shouting out the additions.
Volcano. Yes. Go. Volcano.
There we go. Hey, we leveled up. Who is it? That voice. Shauna, it's me. Dart, is that you? Yes, it's me. I'm here to rescue you. Hurry up, the guard is coming. Hey, it's Tifa. Oh wait, wrong game. Dart. I'm here to rescue you. Kaz, it's me. I'm here to get you out. You haven't forgotten me even though we haven't seen each other for 5 years? Man, Shauna's theme is so cool. How could I forget? Show me your face. I haven't changed much. Yes, you have. You look much stronger. Much more than the Dart I knew. Hurry up! The guards are coming back. Shauna has joined the party. Scary enemy music. The girl is breaking out. Stop them! Now, unfortunately, like, you're about to see something that's a little bit of a downer here. So, Shauna... Oh, we can't use her right now. But yeah, let me explain it anyway. So Shauna is actually an archer, right? She's like the archer class for this game. But unfortunately, the archers in the game don't have additions. So all you really do as her is fire arrows. And that's about it. So it's not very engaging. Which is kind of a shame because Shauna's a really cool character, but then in gameplay she's really boring to use. And eventually when you unlock more party members, you're pretty much never ever gonna take Shauna with you into combat as your third character. Like if they were ever to remake The Legend of Dragoon, I would 100% add more mechanics to like the archery and make that shit more engaging.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Are you hurt? I'm fine. We can celebrate later. We're still deep in the belly of the enemy. Besides, it's too damp to have a party, isn't it? Let's go, Shauna. Follow me, okay? Dart, I'm 18 years old now. I can fight too! Shauna. She grew up. She was alone in such a hell-like place. If she was a regular woman, she wouldn't have been able to survive. Of course, there are not that many fools who would come here to save her. But the Shauna of my memory hasn't changed a bit. Let's talk about that after we get out of here. Alright, so now Shauna has officially joined the party. Yeah, she got her bow right there, so now she's gonna be the third fighter. Well, the knight from Basil broke out of the jail. I'm sorry. Not talking about that rat after that. The girl from Sully's was taken by the red guy. What? What did you say? The girl was taken away by the guy with red armor. Ah! You bastard! Don't let them out alive. Wait, almost forgot the most important thing. Don't kill the girl. It's an order from His Majesty Dole. Yes, sir. If you fail, I will behead all of you. The red one, I'll get you. Might as well dye everything else red with your blood. I love how cheesy some of these lines are. Okay, let's do this. See you later, Jukes. Oh wait, I think I went the wrong way. What the heck? That guy surprised me from the In the back right there, I don't know how he showed up. Let's go. Oh, it's a new place. $20. Time to escape with Shauna. Alright, there's the exit. Can go from here. Oh crap, I keep making this mistake in PS1 RPGs where as soon as I get into a new area of the level, I hit the wrong direction of my D-pad and go back to where I was before. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Wait, did we explore this area already? Oh yeah, I think this is where we met Lavids, true. Alright, let's see our progress here. Hell yeah. Alright, time to escape Shinra HQ. Oh wait, wrong game. Oh, it's you again. Be a good deal. Please do, kind merchant. Buy. Same stuff as before, but we have more gold now, which is kind of awesome. Wish you could select how many of them you wanted. So I want to buy 2 here. Keep 5 of these, 10 of these. 5 of those. Alright, that should be good. Don't want to blow all of our gold here. Let's try to get to underneath that bridge. Never mind. There's that underpass that we didn't go through to get that chest. So, you are the red one, acting like a prince. Then what? There's one answer. You and the leader of the knights are feed for the pact. After I mince you up. Lavids, is this the head warden? His name is Frugal. He's so bad, even the people of his own country are afraid of him. You have such a calm face. Are you paralyzed from fear? You attacked Sellies, didn't you? No, I just gave them the order. Why did you have Shauna taken away? I don't know. Emperor Dole said to bring back that girl. The order was so trivial that I added the new one of annihilating Sellies. That's kind of a dick move, Frugal. Frugal, unforgivable. He's such a dick. Yeah, I don't know if Frugal is supposed to be irony, but that guy just does not live up to his name. Alright, time to kill the ever-living shit out of Frugal. Actually, you know what? Let's go for, oh yeah, we can't target him at first. Oh shit! That's what, we're off to a bad start. I messed up my addition there. Yeah, so this is basically all Shauna's gameplay boils down to. She fires one arrow and that's about it. She gets a little bit more interesting once you unlock transformations late into the game, where you can turn into a Dragoon. But other than that, it's like, yeah, that's a no for me. Not gonna be Shauna for too long. Not super fun. Like, the additions are like 80% of why this game is so fun. And I would go so far to say like 90%. Like when you advertise something as you establish something as engaging, like through the additions, and then you take that away through one character. Like that's not something that's super great. It's not a great design decision, at least in my opinion. Like my 3 favorite characters later on are Dart, then you get like this like tank of a guy named Kongol, and this brawler who's kind of like Tifa from FF7. Like he uses his fist called Hashel. Some most fun characters. Oh, what the fuck? Oh yikes, that's a lot of damage. Oh god. This body slammed. First boss fight. Off to a pretty good start. Yeah, we don't need to really heal up too much. Let's just continue to go on the offensive. Power up! Gotta go for these lackeys first. After we're done with the lackeys, go for Warden. Or Frugal. Frugel. It's like a rhythm game almost. The timing for the additions. I think that's what makes them so fun. Like at their point, you're not even trying to like make sure that the button lines up with the circle you're supposed to press the button in. You're just trying to line it up with like the rhythm at which they're going. Oh shit, they fucking kill Lavitz. Well, good thing we have Angel's Prayer. Hell yeah. Lavitz back in the fight, baby. Heal Dart. Now we heal Shauna. Gotta pay it forward. No, this should be pretty easy. Don't have to deal with the lackeys anymore. Oh, whoops. Stop throwing the boulders. Come face me yourself, you coward. There we go. All right. Very nice. He's in the yellow now. I like how the arrows indicate how much health they have left. The mechanics are telegraphed really well to the players in this game. Alright, can you please finally roll over and die? And not do that? That's not what I asked for. Alright, come on, Lavitz. Let's finish this. Only 6 damage. You're getting weak, Sir Frugal. And now you're dead. You killed him to the main character too. Gotta love these victory themes, man. The music in this game is awesome. It's like half the reason it's so good. It's like a really memorable soundtrack. Arrgh. Is he immortal? Let's get the hell out of here, Shauna. Get on the horse, hurry. Bastard! Keep them from going even if it costs you your life. Shwee! Crazy motorcycle chase. This part of the game is the discount version of the Shinra motorcycle chase from Final Fantasy VII. Bring her back here, or you will be dead. You, when did you sneak in? Do we need to tell Dole about this? Wait, I'll bring back the girl. Otherwise, you would be dead by now. You go too, bastard! This guy's favorite word is bastard. Doesn't matter. Everything is going just as I planned. Yes. They don't know they are in the palm of my hand. The dialogue is just so cheesy. Alright, so let's heal up our guys here. The interface is a little bit laggy on on the map screen. On the open world, I mean. Alright, so let's save this. Data saving. South of Serdio. I remember I used to have a lot of trouble on that first boss fight as a child, like... I was so excited the first time I beat him ever. Music is so groovy. I dig it. I remember when I was 13 years old and I played this game for the second time and made it towards the end. I was so excited to play it. Like, I was so happy because I was having so much trouble emulating games, and I'd figured out how to do it finally. And so when because like our PS1 had been like broken for like ages by that point, or we had lost it, I can't remember. Just like our memory cards for the system after a point, like, I don't remember, something happened to our PlayStation. So then when I found out years later that I could play video games, when I found out about emulation, that I could play video games from the PlayStation or from any old school console on my computer, on my MacBook, which was like not even meant for gaming, I was so happy. I was like so excited. Like, I played the hell out of this game. Let's enter the prairie. Lavitz, can you keep going? And Lavitz is having some trouble there. He's having even more trouble. Shit. Running in a full suit of armor. Pretty sure he's not okay, man. Does it hurt? It's just a scratch. You gotta cover the wound. Can be treated later. We gotta get out of here first. I concur. I will carry Lavitz. Shauna, you go first. Don't treat me like a child. I will go with you guys. I'll walk by myself. Here they come. Let's go. They run pretty slow. What is Rugal paying you guys for? Quickly, hide. Look at them with their mops. Here they are. Women first, then we might spare those people in Basil. Is this the fugitive? Don't be ridiculous. Go look over there. Yes, that is the fugitive. A little creature. Oh, I remember this music. It's so nice. This gets so good, man. There's so many different kind of themes, right? There's like relaxing music. There's, you know, upbeat music, sad music, intense, like adrenaline spiking music for action. It's so good. Like, one of those early RPGs from back in the day did a really good job of conveying so many different emotional tones through the music. This game was no exception. I remember whenever I was sad, I would play the soundtrack of this game when I was younger. Very, very relaxing. I'd play this one, I'd play Chrono Trigger's, Chrono Cross's soundtrack, and then Final Fantasy VII. Love the music from all three games. Chrono Cross is another fantastic game that I never finished that was out for the PS1. You'll finish that one too someday. But unlike this game, I only really played it as a child ever. I never revisited it or anything like that. So yeah, I only made it like to the first 5 or 10%. Like, basically not even out of the opening area, but dude, the music is what was the most memorable thing about that game for me. Nice, there we go, Spinning Cane. Locked Lavitz's second edition. Edition cannot be used. It is a sad day to be alive. See, in a remake, they should definitely add more mechanics to Shauna and the archery in general. Let's do that. Okay, so it looks like my bitrate kind of dropped, which is a little bit unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, you guys might even be experiencing this. You guys might be noticing that my bitrate is really low right now because the resolution probably dropped a lot. It became really grainy. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. And I'll be right back. We'll let the bitrate slowly climb back up. Yeah, I apologize, guys. This is something that happens every now and again. We experienced it a few times with our Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna go get something to eat or drink. Take a bit of a break while the bitrate slowly climbs back up, and then I'll be back. We will continue revisiting a childhood classic. All right, so hang tight, guys. Thanks. I'm actually gonna leave you guys here with this music since it's really, really nice. Alright, hey you guys. I have returned. You guys enjoying the music here? It's beautiful, right? Alright, so it looks like our bitrate is back to normal. Yeah, select this window so I can actually play. Alright, so we have to craft a bridge now to get across that stream. So let us proceed to do that. Helena must still be under guard. It's better to go across towards Sully's after the situation settles down a little bit. I concur, Lavitz. Oh, true. Right. Can't go there yet. Oh yeah, I think we go head back a little bit. We find a log cabin where we treat Lavitz's wounds and then finally build a log bridge to cross the stream.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Oh, true. I forgot we equipped Spinning Cane. Awesome. Alright, let's back out of there. Alright, that's interesting. I thought there was going to be like a little level in between this place and the crossroads we were at that we missed because of the cutscene where we were being chased. But apparently there isn't.
Spinning cane.
Spinning Cane! Hell yeah. At the negligible amount of XP, literally just killed a bee. Like 1 XP for that. That's what I love about these old school RPGs, is the fact that you sometimes run into these enemies that are just super small and insignificant, and then when you beat them, the characters treat it like it's the biggest accomplishment that they've, like, ever had. Alright, now that thing doesn't look like it's messing around, though. That would be an actual accomplishment to kill this mantis. Thank God mantis is, or manti, however you say that, the plural form. That's actually interesting to think about. How do you say plural mantis? Well, anyway, thank God mantis don't look like that in real life.
Yes.
I'm gonna assume it's manti.
Go. Volcano.
Sometimes the camera angles mess up your rhythm with the additions. It's this weird, like, mental thing. Okay, let's go. Headshot. Hell yeah.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Volcano! Alright, so this is where we were supposed to go. Such a peaceful looking area. This game would look beautiful in a remake. Such a trifle wound. Does it still hurt? A little bit. I learned first aid. Thought it would be useful, particularly in times like these. Shauna, learning? That's something new. Mr. So-and-so might come back injured at any moment. Let's use the shack over there. Alright. Yeah, so like 7, this game has some really good character moments, like these little moments of banter and character development. Like some really solid stuff. Here you go. Thanks, it's much better now. Seems we completely lost those fools from Helena. Dart, tell me about these last 5 years. It's okay, never mind. We don't have time for this now. It was a journey for revenge. It was a journey to find the guy who deprived me of something precious and kill him. I didn't tell you, Shauna, that's why I left by myself. The Black Monster? I only know the name. Nobody would tell me more about it because they said I was still too young. What is the Black Monster? What are you guys talking about? I have 2 homes. One is Celis, where I spent time with Shauna. And the other is where I spent time with my parents, my first home, which was taken from me by the monster 18 years ago. 8. Some pretty wacky town names. 18 years ago. Ay ay ay. It was when I was 5 years old. 8 was assaulted by the Black Monster. It's the Discount Nibelheim flashback. It's like that scene in Calm where Cloud is telling his party about what happened at Nibelheim. You were lucky. Only 3 of us could get out from the village. When my father returned to the village, and my mother followed my father to the village to help everybody. But that's where the Black Monster was waiting. I was left alone, shivering and waited for dawn. The sun revealed a foreign landscape. It was a completely transformed Neat. Oh, poor Dart. And then I found this. What I found in the ground was only this. It's a memento, the only thing my father carried around all the time. Dart, it's okay, I understand. Shauna, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. It's okay, I knew you would tell me someday. Don't say any more. So, you just came back from a journey to bring closure to the past. I'm still not there yet. You said Neat. Doesn't seem to be a village in this country. It was located farther north from here. Guess nobody even remembers its name anymore. Lavitz, tell me, what exactly is going on in this country? Currently, our kingdom of Basil is at war with the Imperial Sandora. The war has spread all over Serdio. Why was the truce broken? Because of the dragon. The legendary monster added weight to Sandora. Broke the balance of power. Then Emperor Dole started to be more aggressive. Dragon? No, no way. Such a thing can be used in war? Do you know something about it? Swooped down on by a dragon before I entered Celis. Was overwhelmed. There was no way to escape from it. I was saved by a passing warrior, that's why I'm still alive. The dragon is advancing faster than I thought. Let's do something or it'll be too late. You mean more casualties? Yeah, it's a war. Anyway, I have to go back to Indole's castle in Bale. There's so many things I had to report to King Albert. Oh, what, Dart? I should tag along. Minister Noish might know something about the Black Monster. Noise! I see. They're a royalty with a long history. Might be able to find out something new. It's a done deal. Laffits, don't take chances. You're not completely well. Make a good wife one day. Thank you. Let's go. On to better and brighter things. Let's grab this axe here. Wait, what? Oh nice, we can rest. Alright. Ahead we go on our journey. So we're gonna come across this gap here. I'm gonna need a log to break this down. It's falling. We gotta go back and grab axe. Not before we fight these guys. Wonder what power up does. I think it just makes the enemy deal more damage, but I've noticed that they take less damage from you when they use it. So it might be a bit of both.
Yes. Go.
God, I hate this camera angle for additions, especially when you unlock the harder ones. For some reason, it always throws off my timing, like when they pan the camera around the enemy when you go to attack them. The best is when they track you, like this. There we go. We changed it ourselves. Yeah, I forgot you could pan the camera yourself by pressing the triggers. Let's actually check out all of them. So there's one like this, there's one like that. This is the worst one right here. So the left trigger doesn't do anything. Let's try this one out. Alright, so for here, the addition goes from sideways, which is a little bit better than if we're tracking behind the enemies. But not the best. Wait, and then this one is the best right here. When you track right behind your party members. Oh yeah. Oh shit, I have Task Manager open. Let me just close that off real quick. Usually causes some problems in my streams. Alright, let us continue. Grab the axe from here. Knock down the tree on the cliff using this. Hey, nice. It actually shows me running around with the axe. Well, not anymore. Oh yeah, so another thing about this game is that unlike Final Fantasy, you can't, I don't think you get new weapons. Do you? I actually can't remember. Yeah, I think you only get new accessories. Like the Knight Shield that we have here. And the accessories are different for each class, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, for Shauna we have the, or no, maybe you can change your weapon. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, what I don't think you can do is actually see the weapon look different in combat. Like, all the weapons look the same, I believe. Put this tree across the river. May work as a bridge. It could be worth trying. Oh. 19 IQ move. I have to think about another way. Well, you guys didn't realize that what you actually did was easier than what you thought of doing. We're about to see that in just a moment. Not before we deal with these guys. But hey, I'm all for grinding, man.
Spinning cane.
Combat's engaging. It's fun to fight enemies. Good stuff. Grinding has never been better.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Volcano! Tap! That's all you hear from Shauna the whole game when it comes to voice acting. You have characters screaming out ability names to the top of their lungs, and meanwhile Shauna is just like, "Tuh!"
Spinning cane.
Gotta love this game. Alright, so go in here real quick. Take another nap. Run back out. Now we can finally cross the stream. This is why what you guys did worked out better than what your idea was. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the log. Ended up working out in the end. When they cut that thing down and carry it with them. Acquired Angel's Prayer. Item names are kind of cool in this game. Like everything, like almost a lot of the core items and mechanics from Final Fantasy have an equivalent in this game. And most of the time they're simplified. Like the Angel's Prayer is literally a phoenix down. So many Final Fantasy VII likes back then.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Oh hey, a little family. What's up, guys? It's gotta be a beautiful view, man. Like, I know I've said this so many times, but just the aesthetics, the music, how this already looks so relaxing and so good on a PlayStation 1. Just imagine this, and they have to make a remake for this, man. Just imagine how crazy good this game would look. Look like a civilian. What is the matter? What do you mean, what's the matter? It's your knight's fault. Hold on, I'm a knight of Basil. We should be allies. I'm your enemy. We escaped from Sandora. Honey, don't say that or we're gonna be arrested. But these knights destroyed our lives. Couldn't stand living in Kazis and ran away from there. Please excuse us. Don't need to excuse yourself. King Albert always lends a helping hand to sufferers, even those from an enemy country. What? Son, are you hungry? Are you winning, son? Yes. Then have this. Thank you. You. Go through here, you'll find Bale. Go there if you'd like. But we don't know anybody. Why don't you go to my house? It's too big for my mother and I anyway. What's your name? I'm Lavitz. I'm knight in the service of King Albert. Thank you very much. Oh, kind of you, Sir Lavitz. Yeah, Lavitz is a real bro. He's a very well-developed character in this game. Like, I have to say, the character moments are pretty solid. Most underrated character in video game history, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Save our game. Oh, sure, I can just do that. Damn, the map is a lot bigger than I remember. If only we could move around anywhere we wanted to, right? That would have been so cool, like a Final Fantasy game. We're kind of limited to this path right here. I actually can't remember if there are any optional areas to explore, even though we have this, like, predetermined path. I'm pretty sure there are, but there aren't as many as, like, a Final Fantasy. Alright, so now we are getting very, very close to the furthest point I would ever make it to as a child without a memory card. Which, given how much we've actually accomplished so far, is really fucking impressive. Like, I'm actually gonna give my 5-year-old self a pat on the back for how far I was able to make it in this game. Not knowing how to read very well, being kind of shitty at video games, and not having a memory card. That's a scary looking enemy. Ugly balloon. I love how the names are just, the enemy names are just so direct and literal.
Volcano!
Like, that thing is like a balloon and it's ugly. We're just gonna call it an ugly balloon. Ouchies. Right, the poison Lavitz. Unforgivable. I'm gonna pop the balloon right here. Revenge.
Spinning cane!
There we go, green versus green. Span the camera. That's better.
Yes. Go.
Volcano!
Hey. I feel really nostalgic for this period of video games, just all the overall charm that they had, you know, the characters doing the victory poses after the turn-based fights, the victory themes. beautiful like hand-painted, pre-rendered backgrounds. So much good stuff here. I wonder if there are any indie games like this that are out today, like created by indie developers. Because I know there are a lot of indie developers out there who love that retro feel and love creating old school games as an aesthetic, kind of like Stardew Valley and stuff like that. Noida is another really good one that came out recently. You know, Terraria, stuff like that. But for something like this, that would be so cool. Like, you know, bringing back that early 2000s, late 90s RPG vibe and aesthetic. That would be so cool to see. Actually, I have to look that up after this stream, see if there's anything out there like that.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Oh, it's an orc. Staple of any RPG game. Shit, I missed out that addition. It's really satisfying whenever you pull off the additions, because you progress towards unlocking the new ones. And of course, it's satisfying to press the button at the right time. There we go.
Volcano! Spinning cane!
Oh yeah. Love the victory dance that Lavitz does. With a spear. Man, I love Final Fantasy VII. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love the characters in the world, but when it comes to Lavitz versus Sid from Final Fantasy VII, because Sid is like the equivalent of Lavitz in that game, Lavitz wins no fucking contest. Best fucking Lancer there ever was, and ever will be. Alright, I think we already went up here. I think there's stuff to explore, right? Actually, no, we just go back up to where we came from. I always like to explore every single nook and cranny. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. It's a scary looking zombie. Looks like the mud monster out of that one Goosebumps story that I read as a child.
Yes. Go.
Volcano!
Let's do this.
Spinning cane!
Yeah, why would you ever want to skip out on the random encounters in this game? You get so much done. Like, every single instance of this game has you progressing towards unlocking new things. Especially through the additions, right?
Yes.
Like, in my opinion, this game has some of the most, like, fun grinding I've ever experienced. That's what this game does masterfully, right? Because what a lot of games fail to do well, like what a lot of really good games fail to do well and kind of falter on a little bit, is making grinding fun, right? Because grinding is almost never fun. Like getting into fights just to unlock new things, but in this game you actually want to do that because it's so cool to unlock the new additions. Okay, actually see how we can get there. It's like a little secret here. There we go. That's awesome. Nice, got a bastard sword. A new sword for Dart. Yeah, okay, so in this game, like I said before, you just can't see the weapons looking any different. They don't look different or change form in combat. They all look the same. Like, it's always gonna look like a standard sword. Oh yeah, we don't have any antidotes or whatever for the poison. Oh, so we're coming up on a boss fight pretty damn soon. Damn, they got Lavits too.
Yes. Go.
Volcano!
24 damage, nice. Bastard Sword's doing some work. I like how you can't even see Shauna pulling the drawstring or whatever it's called on the bow. So it's those early 2000s PS1 graphics. Oh shit, so he's actually disabled. He's not poisoned, so he can't attack. But let's just defend because I don't want to waste... Oh shit, I just remembered when you defend you get a little bit of health back. It's a really cool mechanic I'd completely forgotten about.
Go.
Yeah, so let's defend as Lavits, because there's no use wasting a throwable item on that enemy. Gotta save those for the boss. Man, these black screens after the combat scenarios or the fights or battles last so long that I start to get nervous that something went wrong with my emulator. It's like so anxiety inducing, man. Stepping Stones. Hey, that was the name of the nursery I went to as a child. Or my kindergarten, or whatever people call it. Shauna, be careful not to slip. Okay. Alright, let's go over there. Total vanishing, what's that? I'm gonna check this out. Destroys minor enemies. Oh, okay. So it's like a instant KO attack on like weaker guys. That's cool to know. Alright, so let's make our way over to this thingy-majobber. Grab this. Body Purifier. Gonna go out on a limb here and say that's for poison. Let's use it on Shauna. Detoxified. Lavits! No! Lavits is always running into a pickle in this game, gets shot by an arrow in the leg. Almost falls off a waterfall. This is the second time he saved my life. I was just around. Even though that was the case, I was lucky you were around, Dart. We're gonna have a long friendship. Yep, that's right. Hell yeah, bromance. It's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger handshake there from Predator. That'll be a really cool moment to see in the remake, if they ever do one. Hey guys, don't leave me hanging. Oh, this area looks surprisingly crisp. Especially with the shaders I have on EPSX. Oh, I remember if we chase this little thing that we can get an item. It's like a little... The puzzles are really fun in this game. $100. Oh, I see. If we enter this from the other side, we can go onto some of the rocks that are deeper. So we have to approach this level from the other side. It's part of the level. Let's try that again. Go from down here. Ooh. These are rock fireflies. You know a lot. Yeah, well, I used to be saved by these a lot. Me too, in particular, the ones close to the battlefield were super good. I didn't read that last part. Excuse me, don't just chat amongst yourselves and leave me out. Tell me what they are. Oh, do they fully restore your HP and MP? Or just, I guess, HP in this game? The light from a rock firefly has a healing power. Yeah, there we go. Well, Sean, I learned at least one thing. Well, well, I know something you don't too, Dart. What's that? I'm not telling. Well, you've been away from each other for 5 years. It's natural to not know a lot about each other. Wait, my mom and I aren't like that. Every time I go back to Bale, she welcomes me with the same smile. What? Did I just say something wrong? Let's get going, Labbits. Mother's waiting for you. Yeah. Yeah, the character moments are so good in this game. I love this mechanic right here. Okie dokie. Life's good, man. I'm having a blast playing this game again. Enjoying this way more than I thought I would. Let's, that's a good angle. Gotta get the additions right. Speed run through all the additions.
Spinning cane.
Spinning cane.
Yes. Go.
Blazing Dynamo! Oh wait, wrong edition. Yeah, Blazing Dynamo's a really cool one that you unlock late game. Remember, it's really hard to pull off. My favorite one though by Dart, oh my god, I almost forgot about it. It's Moonstrike. See, these additions are so memorable just because of the way they like yell them out and how fun they are to pull off. Such a memorable game. But yeah, Moonstrike is a really cool, like really fucking badass one that you unlock later on in the game for Dart. Okay, that looks like the main area we have to proceed to, so let's not go there right now. Let's go through that big cavern corridor archway thingy-majobber. I want to try and get to that little place with the frog that was running away from us, so we can collect his item.
Spinning cane.
Yes. Go.
Volcano.
I love the damage this sword does. Uh-oh. Dart's about to get poisoned. Actually, he's good. Good stuff. Alright, so let's see what's back here. Yeah, there we go. Exactly where I want to be. Oh, no, you don't. Come on. Back here, you slimy little... You get so close. Gotta debate him like this. Good thing I'm playing with the analog sticks now. It would have been terrible doing this with a D-pad. So you need to like, Oh, did I have to? I forgot to press X. Or actually, never mind. We're good. Poison guard. Nice. The placement of the items in this game is actually really, really good because they have to do with the abilities that the enemies are going to have in the level and what you're actually going to need to fight against them, right? It's pretty awesome. All right, so who? Let's give the poison dart, or sorry, poison guard to my boy Lavitz. Wait. Oh, whoops! He gave it to Dart. Here we go. Yeah, it doesn't even seem to make a difference to his stats anyway, so it makes the most sense to give it to him. Also, he gets poisoned a lot. That's not good. Alright, so that settles that. Let's get this item. Cannot carry any more items. What? Forgot about the item carry limit. No. Okay, so it's a usable. Quite clearly. Multi. Get rid of one of these burnouts or something. That's hilarious. We tossed out a spark net and then got another spark net. Well, good thing we didn't toss out anything else. For something we already have a lot of.
Spinning cane.
We got the guy who can poison us first. Get him out of the picture, and we should be good.
Yes. Go.
Volcano.
Another thing that simplifies this game a lot as compared to Final Fantasy is the lack of an ATB system. So there's like really no flow of time in battle. It's like your turn, and then it's the enemy's turn, and then you can wait indefinitely before you act and attack the enemy without the enemy actually attacking you. So you don't have to act fast or anything like that. You can take all the time in the world before you attack.
Go.
Volcano.
Which is kind of nice, right? Like, the enemy just won't attack you if you take too long to decide what your move is going to be. Like, I feel like the combat in this game is definitely catered towards more, like, newcomers, and, like, at the time at least, like, people who weren't so easily familiar with turn-based combat in games like Final Fantasy. Was definitely geared more towards them. So it can expand its target audience and lure more people into the genre and style of combat. Definitely worked on me. I think I had played Final Fantasy VII before this, or I was playing it around the same time when we had the PlayStation 1, but I remember gameplay-wise having an easier time with this one. Because Final Fantasy VII, and just Final Fantasy in general, is way more layered when it comes to the turn-based combat and more complex. That it caters more to veterans who are already very easily familiar with that style of play, and not people, especially not like really young kids like myself at the time who don't even know how to read, right? So this game was really great for just being able to play something like Final Fantasy VII, but easily, right? Just like dipping your toes in the genre. And it still holds up incredibly well all these years later. It's like I said, it's still the best use of QTEs I've ever seen in a video game.
Spinning cane.
Get this guy.
Go. Volcano.
Like, Legend of Dragoon is basically a very stylized rhythm game. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's an incredibly fun, well-disguised rhythm game. And who doesn't like rhythm games? You just time the addition attacks to their grunts and their screams and yells whenever they're pulling out the attacks, and that's it. Just a rhythm game, and the best rhythm game ever made. Okay, so that's not good. Got 2 people poisoned here. See if we can discard something for like a antidote or whatever from that chest. Hopefully that's... Oh, we do have a body purifier. He's on Lavitz, so now he'll never get poisoned because of his charm. Or whatever that thing was, the poison guard. Okay, so now we don't have to discard anything. Excellent. Got another body purifier. Use that one on Dart Field. And we are good to go. Alright, boss fight time. You guys ready? Oh wait, we got a bandana. Like how Dart's already wearing a bandana, but we can equip another one on him, presumably. Okay, so it's for Lavitz, that makes a lot more sense. He's not wearing one. But it kinda like, it makes him worse. I find it weird how the bandana is not for Dart, because it seems like it's something that would be his item since he's wearing one. And how like, it doesn't make anything better? Weird. Good to have though. I'm just gonna do a... Yeah, let's actually not save. Okay, yeah, we can run into encounters. I don't want to get poisoned right after I save. Or before, because we just used the body purifier, so... Let's not. There's something there. Would that be the much talked about guardian of the cave? Shauna, step back. Don't worry about me, I can help. If you say so. It's coming! There it is, the basilisk. Ay ay ay, that thing's terrifying. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is as far as I made it as a young 5-year-old child without a memory card and without the ability to read. That's fucking impressive. Like, I'm gonna give my, like I said before, I'm gonna give my 5-year-old self a pat on the back. Just to make it this far with, like, not much gaming experience and, not having been able to read or being in the process of learning to read and not having a memory card is fucking awesome. One of the few things I'm proud of. Alright, so let's start with good old-fashioned additions and go from there. Because yeah, I died against this boss and then of course with no memory cards I wasn't able to revert from that save. Because we couldn't save. Good times, man.
Spinning cane.
It's probably my favorite battle theme in the game. It's like kind of like a mini boss theme. Different tiers of like boss themes in this game, which is awesome. This one is my favorite. Always gets me hyped up for a good fight. So this bad boy is gonna get really strong really fast. Believe me.
Volcano!
I feel like it has some kind of insane tidal attack, like it's gonna summon a wave. Or something like that. Or just chomp on your head, which is terrifying, like you just did right there. Poison all of us. Lavitz is a-okay though. Uh-oh, where's it going? Okay, so here we can't attack it, I don't think. Or can we? Doesn't make sense to be able to. I feel like we would miss. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna have to rely on Shauna. And our throwables. But before that, let's attack as Shauna. Then heal up the party. How to keep Shauna up. She's our damage dealer here. Oh shit, did I use an Angel's Prayer instead of a potion? Fuck, I think I did. I can't tell. Okay, maybe I used a potion. I think we're fine. I don't remember. Use Spark Net. So we're gonna have to use our throwables as these dudes. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Spark Net is gonna do the most damage to it because it's a water-based enemy, probably. And lightning is pretty nasty against water. Yeah, for some reason I felt like I used the Phoenix Down on Shauna, but it looked like her health went up a tiny bit. I'm gonna assume I did the right thing. Spam X! Let's get it to 150%. 160, that's good. Oh yeah. It's so fun, man. Love how engaging this game is. I'll keep Shauna up. Even though her arrows kind of suck. Nice, she gets 2 turns. But yeah. Feel the lightning, baby. Ah, the 158%. Only we got it to that extra 2%, 160%, we would have gotten that 29 damage, extra 4 damage for that. That's alright. It's back to normal now. We can go back to doing some spinning cane.
Spinning cane.
Oh yeah. Make Shauna the healer now. Keep Lavitz up, don't want him to be in the yellow zone. Yellow zone is sketchy.
Yes. Go.
Volcano.
Ow. Yeah, that thing's animations are nightmare fuel. Whoopsies. Alright, let's dance.
Yes. Go.
Volcano.
Uh-oh. I don't like what I just saw there. That was a real smart move, Basilisk. Poisoning someone who's already poisoned. That's a negative 43 IQ move right there. Rawr.
Spinning pain.
Hey. Hope you're cheering 5-year-old Addy, 5-year-old self. You just finally beat the part of the game that you made it to and then stopped at. That wasn't so bad. I thought it got like I could have sworn there was a period where it got insanely difficult. But that was maybe just me remembering how difficult this fight was as a kid. Because it's like where I would stop, right? You would kill my entire party. And then after killing my entire party, I have to start the game over. It's like playing Legend of Dragoon on permadeath. Rest in pepperoni. Oh, those early 2000s blocky, late 90s facial animations. The plot thickens. The story in this game is incredible. There's so many meaningful character moments, so much development for the characters, so many insane plot twists, like FF7 level. It's a damn shame that this game went completely under the radar for a mass majority of people. I don't know. Anyway, we're safe. Think about how to get out of here. Be fine when we get to Bale. I think. Yeah, this game is easily in my like number 5 spot. Like I'm debating between number 4 and 5. So Dark Cloud 2 is definitely off that list. I know a while ago I said that Dark Cloud 2 was up there, but I played it again on stream a little bit and I realized I was blinded a little bit by nostalgia, but this game though, like, even though it is nostalgia, it's still fucking amazing. I'm having so much fun. So it's definitely still on my top 5. So I've kind of swapped out Dark Cloud with, I think, the remake to Final Fantasy VII. I like how I have both the original FF7 and the remake in my top 5, like both together on my top 5. My top 5 is kind of wonky, but hey, it's my top 5. And I'm a pretty wonky guy. Like, what's funny is my number 1 spot is Final Fantasy VII, but it's also Crisis Core. So I go back and forth. I consider those like a crazy duology, right? Of like 2 really good games back to back. Then yeah, my number 2 is Bloodborne. Then Death Stranding, then Remake. Then this one, number 5, Legend of Dragoon. I think for now that's a pretty good list. It's an ever-changing one, but I think that at least the top 3 on that list will always be the same, at least for a very, very long time. And then 4 and 5 like change quite a bit, but I'm kind of confident this one stays up there at either 4 or 5. Like my top 3 are pretty constant, but then when we get up to like 4 or 5. Goddamn, even 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which I don't even know. Like, I don't have a top 10, but when we get into 4 and 5, that's when things start to, like, change over time. It would actually be really cool to stream Bloodborne on my channel at some point, but the thing is that I've played it so many times, and I recently completed another playthrough. I could play it any number of times, but I'm just waiting for that inevitable announcement that it's going to be on PC or on PS5, and then that would be a great time to stream it again, or play it again on stream. Do a platinum run, either on PS5 when it comes out on that, or on Steam on PC. Can you imagine that game with like an uncapped frame rate, higher resolution, maybe even a photo mode? Oh my god. Dude, I'm gonna stop talking about that because I'm just gonna get like way too excited for it. But I'm calling it right now, ladies and gents. We may not have seen this game being announced as a remake for the PS5, but when the PS6 comes around in 7 years, and I'm in my 30s, boy oh boy, this game is going to be announced as a remake and a launch title. I'm calling it. Like, imagine if that imagine that actually happens and I still have this stream saved. Probably will, because I save VODs on my channel, but imagine that happens and I called it here. Holy crap, dude. I'd be as proud of myself as I am right now for how far I was able to get as a 5-year-old kid in this game. I'd be that proud. Holy shit, man. God damn, that bird's powerful. Oh my god, this is some kind of like secret enemy. He's just whacking the hell out of us.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
I feel like it's gonna run away or something. Yeah, okay, so this is one of those enemies, like, there are tons of these in Final Fantasy as well, especially in 9, there's that secret bird at the top of that cliff that you can kill to get a special item. I can't remember what it was, but I feel like it's that kind of enemy. Completely forgot about it, damn. Like, when you finally beat it by doing something specific, it's like a puzzle slash secret enemy, you're gonna unlock, like, a really cool item. Alright, so we are now entering Indole's castle. I love this theme so much. Just got instant goosebumps, man, like a wave of nostalgia. Oh my lord. Oh, dude. The music in this game is so magical. Like, how it can make you feel so many different emotions, and how it like just brings about the power of nostalgia. Fire 50 Gil. Gotta love all these tiny character moments. I've said that so many times, but they really, you can really see that the thought and care and passion that went into this game. Like, if I talk to this little girl here, which is completely missable, she will actually paint a portrait of Lavitz. There's some really funny dialogue too, I think. Oh my god, it's Sir Lavitz. Oh, Sir Lavitz, please let me draw your portrait again. They really make you care for the characters. Don't move. It'll be done soon, don't move. Ba ba da ba da ba 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 ba. Ba dum ba. Ba 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 ba. Here you go. Portrait of Lavitz. Isn't it a little too handsome? I don't think so. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, man, but knowing the full story, like, the way that they handle Lavitz's character in these early moments building up towards a certain culmination is just, it's so good, man. Like, they do such a phenomenal job making you care for these characters, right? Thank you, I'll treasure this. Okay. Yes, people sit here to be painted. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Is there any secret back here? Okay, if there's nothing here, why am I here? Just to suffer? Why are we still here? Why, game? Why you troll me like that? It'd be cool if I could find some stardust. I just noticed it. Portrait kind of looks like Marilyn Monroe. I think that's what her name was, right? That 60s movie star. It was really popular. Oh, let me actually look this up. Make sure I'm talking about the right person. Okay, yeah. At least the hair on this face right here that was painted looks like Marilyn Monroe's. That's funny. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, the sound design is amazing too, right? Like on top of the soundtrack, like you can hear the ambient noises in the background of people like in this bustling city going about their day and crowds here and there. It's phenomenal stuff. Spirits, yeah, I have good ones. 100 grams per bottle, or 100 gold per bottle. I'm not buying that shit. Not gonna waste $100 on a bottle of beer. Are you kidding me? 10 gold per night. Wanna stay? Walk away. Actually gonna save. Times are tough. Pockets are kinda dry. Gotta save our money for a rainy day. Actually, we have 613 bucks. It wouldn't hurt to spend the night. I'll give you some business, my friend. Don't worry. Let's save real quick. Oh, come on. The poison wasn't cured by resting. Shauna's still poisoned. That kind of sucks. Actually, if I remember this correctly, there's a little side quest here where if we buy the spirits from that guy, give it to this drunk sailor or something like that down here. If I remember this correctly. Yeah, this dude. Drinks, drinks, give me more drinks. Okay, so we gotta go get spirits for this dude. It's a little side quest. Yeah, general rule of thumb, RPGs 101 from the 90s or early 2000s. If an unusual item is priced insanely high, it's more than likely for a side quest. Yes, I will buy your spirits. Good spirits. I remember being really confused at this part of the game when I played it when I was 13 or 14 on my Mac. Because I was like, I didn't know spirits were like a drink. I thought there were spirits like as in the ghosts. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm buying ghosts? So confused, so many questions. Let's give it to this guy. Smells like spirits. And they're good ones. You're gonna give me spirits? Yes, I am. Brother, you're generous. Well, I'll have it. There he goes. Got rid of this smelly man. Alright, so what can we do here? Completely forgot this side quest. Ah, interesting. So it looks like we can enter the castle from the underground portion. At 20 bucks. That's cool. back here. Beautiful music. More beautiful music. Oh, huh. So we're over there. I'm starting to question now whether this is a side quest or something we have to do because they don't let us take the front gate to enter wherever we're going. Maybe we just skipped over that conversation entirely and we're doing something we're supposed to in advance. How can we open this? Okay, so it looks like we're somewhere that we're not supposed to be right now. Interesting. It's over here. Uh-huh, so now we're above where we were before. Looks like the town square looks like. Alright, cool story. What's down here? There's a lot of unused space in this game. The game does a phenomenal job of designing its levels and making them appealing and really cool to explore, but then you get this overwhelming feel at times if there not being enough to even do. Like, a lot of it feels empty, ironically. Like, I really don't think there's any point to this house being here. Like, a lot of the game is kind of like this. Like, you have these large places to explore, but then not much to actually do or collect. That's like the one drawback of an otherwise really spectacularly designed environment and game overall. Oh, I forgot about these places. So they're like little healing rooms in each town with this super mystical and trippy music. We talked to the person here. Oh, okay, so the clinics are for treating poison, that's right. Poison, fear, and dispiriting. There's some kind of like pool that we can interact with, I remember. To like heal ourselves. There we go. It's down there. Employees only. Whoopsie daisy. So if we go down here... $10? I thought it was gonna be free. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna get treated. So now Shauna should be good. Shouldn't be poisoned anymore. Alright. Let's get out of here. The music is oddly unsettling. There's the one track in the game that kind of spooks me out. Sir Lavitz, you are safe. Yes, I am. Even though I'm not Lavitz, my name is Dart. Yeah, so like right here, We have a big library, right? So I guess we can read up about the lore. But again, it's just like a big place for show. There were once dragons in the world, they are extinct. Cannot see them. Wait, what does this one say? Serdio is located in Eastern Indians, is rich in resources that it has a variety of cultural exchanges. Alright, so this area is pretty cool. I'll give it that. It's not just like a big fancy looking place just to walk around, and you can actually read up about the lore. How to be a knight. Power without rationality is the same as a naked sword. The good sword requires a matching sheath. Good to know. Alright, so we made a big loop-de-loop. You already checked this place out? Hey, it's a blacksmith. Oh yeah, this is what we should have saved our money for, damn. Get a new bow, panic guard. Physical defense power slightly. Alright, I'm definitely gonna buy some new armor. For Dart. Alright, so we equip him with it. We got a sallet for him, or a sallet. I don't know how to pronounce that. Damn, I kind of want to buy all of these guards for each character, just so if we ever run into a boss or something that abuses a certain type of status ailment, we can always equip one of these beforehand. But then there's also this armor that's worth equipping for the characters. Decisions. We're just gonna go with the Knight Shield for now. Get the bow for her. Alright, so now we are broke. Maybe we can sell some of our armor and stuff like that. We don't need. Wait. War God's Amulet. Shit, I forgot I even had this. Increases hit rate for attacking all by 20%. Yeah, she would benefit from this the most. Her hit rate is kind of low. Alright. So let's actually sell the things you don't have equipped. Some easy money. Not making a whole lot of money. It's fine though. They keep the poison guard, keep the shield. Oh yeah, there's no way we can afford anything else. I was hoping we could earn some money to get like the other guards. That's fine though. Just gonna check again real quick to make sure we are all good. Here we go. Finally at the castle. Let's have an audience with King Albert. Not before we see what's here. Stables. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, these levels look so good. So much attention to detail for a PS1 RPG. This was like the epitome of, you know, beauty and level design, making things look visually appealing and colorful. This is like the console at its peak, came to that kind of stuff. I still kind of stand by that analogy of this game being like the Ghost of Tsushima of the PlayStation 1, one of the final games to come out on the console that really pushed its power to the limits. Even though it wasn't nowhere near as popular as Tsushima is for its time, this was vastly underrated, criminally underrated, and completely under the radar. Alright, let's see. It's here. $100, nice. See what's up here. Got an active ring. Avoids dispiriting. Huh, interesting. Good thing we got that, now we don't have to actually buy it for like $300. Oh, whoops. Okay, now we're going the right way. There we go. No, this is my first playthrough. So this is actually one of my favorite games from my childhood. I never finished it as a kid. I played it again a second time when I was like 13 or 14, like years ago, like 7 or 8 years ago. And I made it to like halfway through disc 4, but I never finished it. So I'm actually really excited to play through this again. Yeah, thanks for stopping by the way, Radiaz Kilfonte. I don't know how to pronounce that. Appreciate it, man. Still got the addition just fine? Yeah, man, the additions are the best part of the game. It's basically like a well-disguised and super stylized rhythm game, right? Because of the additions, but it's a hell of a good rhythm game. Like, what I really like about The Legend of Dragoon is it's basically like a simplification in like every single way of like the traditional RPGs of the time, like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, but in like the best ways ever. Like it's not worse for being more simple, right? Like combat's more straightforward, it's not as overwhelming. Exploration might be more limited than like a Final Fantasy game, but it's still super fun. Like they definitely took like the quality over quantity approach with this game and That's why I really love it. And I play games for the stories and the characters, and this game definitely has memorable stories and characters in those departments, so having a blast revisiting this game means a lot to me. It's like a really important part of my childhood. Oh yeah, exactly. Some of the additions you unlock later on, like, they're so hard to pull off, dude. My favorite one though is I think the final one for Dart is Blazing Dynamo, I think? Like, what's Dart's final edition? Like, some of them get really hard, especially for this one character we get later named Rose. Like, her additions go by super fast and require really good timing, like, towards the end. Even with, like, I think there was another character called, like, Miru, like, I could never pull off her additions. But yeah, they're so fun because they essentially make turn-based combat engaging, right? Like, I mentioned this a couple of times throughout my stream today, but one of the best parts of this game is how it makes, like, it uses QTEs, which is one of the most, like, controversial game mechanics. Like, people hate QuickTime events, right? But this game uses them so well for, like, the additions to make turn-based combat, which is otherwise so boring, like, so fun and, like, engaging, right? The additions are, like, definitely the best part. I'm the head of the first knighthood, Lavitz Lambert. I'm back from the field. Lavitz, I was feeling uneasy because I heard you were missing. Please make yourself comfortable, everyone. Your Majesty, it's more than I deserve. It was true, His Majesty was so dismayed that he couldn't see to his affairs of state. Noish, please don't tease me. Lavitz is a friend of mine from childhood, as well as a master of martial arts. Anyway, where have you been? Yeah, exactly. It becomes like a pseudo-fighting game. With the additions. Like Rose better than Dart? Yeah, Rose is super fun to use. My favorite characters by the end were Ashel and Kongol. Like, Kongol is like that big tank character, right? Like, even though he doesn't have that, I think he only has like 2 or 3 additions, like this, they're super fun to pull off just because they deal so much damage. And then Hashel as well. Like, I've always been a fan of brawler characters in RPGs. Like in Final Fantasy VII, which is my favorite game ever, like I was using Tifa like so often because I really like monk / brawler characters who use their fists. And so in this game I really had fun using Hashel. After my first knighthood was wiped out, I was captured by Sandora and held against my will in Helena prison. What? In Helena? However, thanks to the act of this young man, I managed to break out. Let me introduce these fine people. Dart and Shauna. They're from Celis. Thank you for saving Lavitz. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In gratitude for this, tell me if you need anything. I have a favor to ask. Is it possible to take care of Shauna in this castle? What? It seems Imperial Sandora attacked Celis to take Shauna away, so they could go after Shauna anytime, and when I think of it... Is that the reason you brought me here? Shauna. I can walk next to Dart. I've been working towards that. There's nothing you can do about the time we were apart, but I want to be with you forever. Unfortunately, you can't leave her here. Imperial Sandora obtained the force called the Dragon and went on the offensive. We're holding the battle line in Hoax. But if the Dragon can fly at low altitudes and directly attack the castle, you can't defend it even with high ramparts. There's no place safe in Sergio now. Besides, you do know how she feels about this, don't you? Shauna, it may be even more dangerous from now on. I don't mind as long as I can be with you, Dart. Well, I take back the request, but one more thing. I would like to ask a question to Minister Noish. Ask me anything, son. My head is filled with all the legends and history of the continent of Endiness. I love the names of the locations in this game, they're so wacky. I was on a journey to pursue the Black Monster. black monster. Monster that attacked Neat 18 years ago. The only thing I know is that he deprived me of my parents in my hometown. You were a victim of the devil. I hear everything. Please tell me about it. There's hardly any information left. Everything that was related to him was reduced to ashes. But what if the black monster is actually a female? Some epic foreshadowing right there to leave you guys with. The only thing I know is the black monster is called the devil that disobeyed the great existence. It is also known for devouring the god. Devouring the god! Yes, and surprisingly, it goes up in history beginning 11,000 years ago. 11,000 years ago is the time the Dragon campaign ended. You guys know what would actually be really cool if they never were to remake or do a sequel to this game, is if they did a prequel about the Dragon campaign. That's something that I would 100% be on board with as well. That would be something really cool to see. You're exactly right, Your Majesty. Instead, I will tell you the story of the Dragon campaign. Oh cool, I forgot about this cutscene.
If they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
It's a lot like Final Fantasy VII, if you think about it, with the whole history between the Cetra and the humans. The humans left the Cetra to subsist for themselves against the meteor Genova. Very similar to that. There are a lot of parallels between this game and FF7. It's almost like a discounted version of that game. But it's not. It really feels like that in the beginning. But then you start to get more into the game and realize it's its own thing, and it's doing its own thing beautifully. It's not just like a rip-off of FF7. The Black Monster appeared after the Dragon campaign. That's why this game is so good, right? It isn't just an RPG for the sake of mimicking what Square was doing at the time. It's really a labor of love from the developers. Excuse me, sir. It's time for the war meeting. I see. Tell them we will come soon. Dart, Ashana, this war will be particularly harsh. One for those who no longer have a home to return to. Castle is very quiet now. It is the best place to think about your future. But this is our first time in a castle. Well, there's a place with a great view next to this room. Go enjoy yourselves. The view from the castle, I see. Please excuse me. She's so hasty. Please excuse me too. Alright. Don't worry, as soon as we finish the war meeting, we will send Lavitz to you. Alright. Let's go ahead and go to the balcony. God, man, this game looks so beautiful. With the hand-painted backgrounds. When a game from so long ago looks so good, that's when you know it will look incredible in a remake. From here, we can see all of Basil. Might we even be able to see Celis? Celis is over the mountain. Besides, we can't see it anyway because we are so far. Hope everyone's safe. Sure they're okay. Yes, they are. According to the brief by my aide, most of the people in the village are safe. Really? I'm relieved to hear that. But, it will take time to rebuild the village. Still good, I can meet everyone again. But we have bad news. Sandora is now readying itself to attack us. They are planning to use the dragon for the offensive on Hoax. Dragon? They released that monster in the battle. Total genocide! Our role as the knighthood is to stop it. I'm heading to Hoax now. Maintaining the battle line will determine the future of Basil. I've lived only for myself. Believed it was something I had to completely... by myself, wait, something... Oh, it's something I had to complete by myself, even if I had to leave Shauna and the people of the village behind. But, came back, look at this. I almost lost my hometown again. Lavitz, I'm going to Hoax with you. I don't want to see any more senseless bloodshed. Hell yeah. What about the Black Monster? We have to end the war first. Once Dart makes up his mind, he never changes it. Of course, I'm going too. I can't stand the war either, I can fight too. You guys, I appreciate you. Everything is determined and now we have to prepare. Alright then, let's go to Bale now. There are item shops, weapon shops, and my home. Please meet my mom. She'll be happy because she hasn't had a good guest for a while. Alright, let's do this. Hype music. This is like the scene on the airship in Final Fantasy VII towards the end where Cloud regains his memories and is ready to go defeat Sephiroth once in a while. Definitely a lot of parallels between this and FF7. You're gonna notice me making those comparisons a lot. It's pretty vanilla, yeah. I agree. Like in the beginning of this game, especially if you haven't played it before, it seems like, and I've said this before, it's kind of like a discount version of Final Fantasy VII, where it's just like, okay, this is just Red Cloud with a bandana, right? Like the main character is just Red Cloud with a bandana, the spiky hair, and then Shauna is just Tifa, and Cloud and Tifa are childhood friends, just like Dart and Shauna were childhood friends, and now they have to go on this crazy journey to save the planet. And there were an ancient race of people called the Winglies and the Dragoons, and then there were humans after, like in Final Fantasy VII, there were the Cetra and the humans, and like after that there were only humans. But like I said, it over time as you keep playing it, you kind of notice that it becomes its own thing and it becomes its own beautiful story by the end of it. And Dart isn't just like a Red Cloud; he's a memorable character himself. And that's what I really like about this game. Emo Squall. I never actually played Final Fantasy VIII. So I played 7 and 9, and then I played Tactics. So those are the 3 Final Fantasies that I've played. Oh, whoops. Alright, so now we have to visit the mother of Lavitz. Remember that scene? Okay, wait, it's over here. Not that place. Yeah, I heard that a lot of people were divided over FF8. I personally never really played it. I did play it a little bit, like really long ago when I still had my PlayStation 1. It was one of the games that we had on it. But the furthest I made it was like not even like 2% into the game. And it was where you have to go into the cave and you're on some kind of assignment and you fight Ifrit, I think. But I remember like I personally didn't like the combat so much because I played it like around the same time I was playing 7 and 9 because we had all 3 of those games, including this one on our PS1, my brother and I. And like while playing FF7 and 9 at the same time, like I personally felt like the combat in those games was just so much better and like blew 8 out of the water. Especially 7, man. Like it's all like subjective taste when it comes to the gameplay in Final Fantasy 7 and the turn-based combat, especially for the old ones. But for me personally, I really loved 7. I thought the limit breaks were amazing. I loved the pacing of the combat. Like everything about it was like super engaging. Like the materia system, all that kind of stuff. Alright, let's save. Save game. Always remember to save, just as you remember to drink water. Hydrate yourself. How important saving is back in the day. Yeah, same. For me, a video game is all about the stories and the characters. That's why I love FF7 so much. It's because the thing that's so good about Cloud is the fact that he as a character himself is a commentary on what characters like him are supposed to be. Like you play through the game thinking that, okay, Cloud is just another run-of-the-mill hero slash, you know, knight trope who's just there to save the day and like save the damsel in distress and bring an end to like villainy, and that's it. But then as you play, you realize more and more that he's actually not so different from you, the player, and that he's actually really just an average guy with a broken past and a broken memory, and that makes him super relatable. And for the first time in a Final Fantasy game, you realize that the main character actually has flaws. He isn't this knight in shining armor that you're playing as to escape reality. He's actually you, the player, right? And he's insanely complex as a result. Like actually that whole game, like all the characters in that game are like basically a commentary on stereotypes. So like Cloud looks like he should be a knight in shining armor, and he feels and plays that way, especially in the beginning, but it turns out that he's actually this shy and naive kid who never really grew up. And then someone like Barrett, for example, is this strong behemoth of a man, but it turns out he actually has a soft heart. Aerith looks like a Disney princess, but she's actually incredibly forward and bold. And then you have Tifa, who's like this badass fighter who's actually incredibly shy and timid. Like all the characters appearance-wise are the complete opposite of their actual personalities, right? Which is what's really cool about the game. It shows that the characters are complex. Like the characters are like had a lot of complexity in that game and were very memorable and relatable. Like Cloud is, in my opinion, like one of the most relatable characters ever created in a video game. And like I played FF9 after that and I didn't get the same feeling like at all. Like I felt like I was playing a game where the characters are like, they did have like, you know, personality to them. They were complex, but I don't think they were quite on the same level as FF7. That's why that game is so special to me, right? Zidane turned out to have a hero complex. That's interesting. Yeah, I never connected much with the characters in FF9 as much as I did with 7. Wait, did we already check this place out? Oh yeah, this is the par. Wait, where's Lavitz's house again? I remember the scene like the back of my hand where you meet his mother and stuff like that, but I just can't remember where it happens. Let's try to go through here. Yeah, my favorite character from FF9 was Vivi. I definitely got the same impression of him that I was getting from the characters in FF7. Like developmentally, like I actually cared about him. I thought he had like a good amount of character growth. Alright, so we haven't been to this area before. There we go. Damn, Lavitz has a nice house. Lavitz, it's Lavitz. I was worried because I didn't hear from you for a long time. Sandora's resistance was tougher than I thought, but don't worry, we defeated them. Your late father would have been proud of you, Lavitz. Lavitz, what about Helena? Don't mention that to her. Sorry, but I don't want her to be bothered. Don't know what he's talking about. Well, fine. I'm already happy, or happy just having you come home, but... I want a bride with you, my big baby. Mom, she's not. Oh, don't be shy. What's her name? Shauna. Shauna, my son is a little awkward and stubborn, but he's very sweet-natured. This is funny. It's the first time you actually get to choose a dialogue option here. Good luck, Shauna. He is not. He's right. She's Dart's sweetheart. Hey, there comes Shauna's... It's true, I'm Dart's girlfriend. What? No, please excuse me. Take good care of Shauna. Well, I don't know what to say. What's going on? Once my mom gets an idea into her head, that's the end. That's the only way we can manage her. Lavitz, please find somebody like her so that I can hold my grandchild in my arms. You're not a child anymore. Yeah, I know, I know. You'll stay here today, honey? Well, I was commanded to defend Hoke, so I have to leave as soon as... Oh, well, I understand. You can have at least lunch, can't you? I'll be ready soon. I'll give you a hand. But there's no need, but then again, maybe. My pleasure. Well, what can we do to kill time? Until lunch. I don't know, show me around your house. Let's go upstairs. It's over here. Yeah, Lavitz is, in my opinion, the best character in this game. He got like a really good deal of character development. The character moments are really solid. Alright. House isn't interesting, Lavitz. Lunch is not ready yet. What are we gonna do? Practice with our sword, just take a nap. Show me around your house! First time I've been in such a huge house. It's nothing interesting, but we can at least kill some time, walk around wherever you like. Tell you about it. Alright, let's go on a proper tour this time. Alright, so whose room is this? This is my room. There's a cut in the pillar. Were you swinging your sword or something? No, I was measuring my height. Lavitz was a kid once? What do you mean? This is my parents' room. It's my mom's room since my dad passed away in the war. I see. This is the library. Many books on the on strategy. You interested in that, Dart? It's my weak point. What you doing there, Lavitz? Ooh, are we going to the attic? Come here. I'll show you my treasure. Treasure? Yeah, Freya was great too. Never made it to the end of FF9, but so I don't know exactly what happens to her, but Rhea was a cool character. Here is my treasure. Please take a look at it. Might actually stream some FF9 at some point. That would be fun. They've got it on Steam too, I believe, so I don't have to go through any of this EPSXE crap trying to emulate it. The music is so nice in this game, man. It's a nice view of Indole's castle from here. This is what I saw every day when I was young. I grew up thinking, I'll be an admired knight, just like my father. I'll protect this country. Your dream came true. Yeah, but the reality was much harder than I imagined back then. I feel all the more strongly how great my father was. To protect this country, I would tear the flesh from my body. It's the same passion you have towards Shauna. I just can't hold back. Because you know the importance of Shauna's life. You can risk your own. You were not a foolish daredevil when you ventured into Helena. Serdia was covered in war clouds now. You are the only one who can protect Shauna. You know that, don't you? Yeah. Dart, Lavitz, the food is ready. Well, yeah, Princess something. Catch that last part. Princess, she's like a baby sister to me. Shauna getting friend-zoned. As always, your meals are delicious, Mom. Such a nice thing to hear. But I'll be even happier if you settle down with the bride soon. Dart, Shauna, we need to buy some things before we leave. Let's go. Yeah, Radiaz, if you're still there, like, I'm not sure if you've ever played, Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's another really, really good one. That game was surprisingly not just good from a gameplay standpoint, it also had really, really good characters. Like, that was a phenomenal game instead of, like, in terms of story and characters and world building and stuff like that. Like, one of the characters in the game, Delita, was one of the most well-written characters I've ever seen. Yeah, Tactics is one of my favorite games. Alright, whoops. Let me check out what's back here. Stables. Alright, nothing of importance. A lot of empty areas in this game. Like, you definitely, like, one of the things about this game is you definitely get the impression of, like, look but don't touch a lot. Like, a lot of the places look really beautiful and vast, and, like, cool to explore, but then there's not a lot to do there. Which is, like, one of the few drawbacks. What the yikes? Hey, watch yourself. Are you blind or what? What you mean? You're the one who bumped into me. Don't make up excuses. Behave like a man. Don't yell, it's true. You be quiet, the baby's crying. Oh, sorry, I was too loud. Oh, poor baby, she's scared, isn't she? Well, we gotta go, baby. There's no time to waste. This lady came right out of Death Stranding, looking around for the BTs and delivering packages with their baby. What was that? I don't know. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen, a Death Stranding Easter egg. 19 years before it came out in Legend of Dragoon. I still feel like there has to be some stuff we can do down here. Like, we got this guy to move by giving him the spirits. This game is so awesome and fun. So we made it all the way over to here. Yeah, so these gates are what's blocking us. Maybe I feel like we come back to this kingdom later on. And we are able to open those gates at that time, because I do remember in this game that there's a lot of like traveling back to places you've already been to. Kind of like in FF7, how later on you go back to Midgar to finish off Hojo. You revisit a lot of places. Alright, ahead we go on our way. Time to go to Hoax. So I remember Hoax, it's like a little fort that we have to like defend. I think it's like down here. Yeah, past this crossroads. Alright, I think I'm gonna stream for like another half an hour and then we'll call it a day. Be back tomorrow. I had a hell of a good time, man. This game is just incredible. Hey. Easy enemies. Oh yeah, that's true. We got the new bow for Shauna. I forgot about that. Here we are. Zombie. Oh yeah. Negligible XP. Feels bad. But the cool thing is, besides XP, you have additions to look forward to. The more you keep doing them. There we go, the town of Hoax. I'll save here real quick. Actually, guys, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it an end, or call it a day here, right before we go into Hoax. This is actually a really good place to stop. So tomorrow's stream, we'll pick up right where we left off here with Hoax. We'll go from there. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, Radiaz, for stopping by, and anyone else who might have been lurking around. I really appreciate you guys. I'm having a hell of a good time streaming this game again. It's a childhood classic. always like how whenever I stream games, I end up enjoying them, or games I've played in the past before, again, I end up enjoying them on stream way more than I thought I would. Like, I start these games and think, okay, they were great games back then, and I'd love to play them again, but will I really, really, like, have my interest held for long during the stream and, like, actually enjoy the hell out of it? And I think the answer is yeah, like, with Metal Gear Solid 5, for example. I loved the shit out of that game playing it again, even though I thought, okay, maybe I'll get burned out quickly. The only game that came true with was The Witcher 3, but that's because I played the crap out of that game before. So much so that it's just, I have crazy burnout from it. But so far, like, lately, we've been pretty good in terms of that. Like, I've been enjoying replaying a lot of games from my past a lot, like way more than I thought I would. This game is no exception. Yearn to see a remake or a sequel or prequel or whatever to this game someday. Sucks that we never got one, but until then, or until the next stream, what I should be saying. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, keep on keeping on. Peace.